Hello, everybody. How are ya? Woo! Awesome. All right, so I'm Katie MacDonald. As was said before, I'm the Director of Students for a Just and Stable Future. And before I talk a little bit about what we're about, I just want people to take a little bit of a look around, because the last time I checked, pretty much 80% or more of the audience was under 22. So I think we can hear a round of applause for that, for sure. Today we did kind of a count up of how many students we had, and it looks like we've had 170 students register and attend this conference from SJSF, which is immense. We have had 25 colleges and universities. And while I really seriously agree with what has been said in the last couple days about students being the leaders of tomorrow, I think it's pretty clear we're also the leaders of today, and that's really what I want to emphasize in my speech. Yeah. Okay, so what is SJSF? Students for a Just and Stable Future is a student-led, student-run organization. We started in Massachusetts in 2008, and we did so because we really felt like the leadership on the climate issue was basically non-existent, and that we needed to stop waiting around to have someone tell us that it was our time to take action and actually just do it. So that's what we've been about for the last year and a half. And as I said before, we're student-run. We operate currently in Massachusetts, and now, more recently, Maine, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, and we have allies in a number of other states, and we are committed to working to use all of the tools that are accessible to us, and maybe not even necessarily obviously accessible to us, to make this issue clear, to empower more youth, and to really shoot for goals that we believe aren't arbitrarily the ones that are necessary, but the ones that are the most bold and aggressive to fight climate change, and also the ones that are based the most obviously in science. In terms of my directorship and my 3 years of involvement, I think that if I've learned anything, it's been that the crisis that students are facing right now is not only the climate crisis. In fact, I think the larger crisis we're facing is a crisis of general disbelief. And I'd say that disbelief is in the form of disbelief that we can actually do this, disbelief that the people that have conventionally led and educate us believe that we're up to the challenge, and disbelief that we'll be able to do something in time to really make this happen. And I want to talk a little bit about how we can dispel that disbelief. I remember back in high school, I was involved in a number of different groups, and I had kind of felt like a real sense of hopelessness, and I was incredibly upset and disappointed that no one had come up to me and told me that what I really believed, in my heart, which was that I was capable of great things and capable of moving my peers to do things. And I'll never forget, the best choice I think I ever made in high school was skipping school, and I went to a wind power. I went to a wind power rally in Medford, Massachusetts, the town over from me, and immediately connected with a number of students there who pulled me into a larger involvement with this group. And I think that what we can learn from that is, A, as many of us have learned, we cannot rely on our educational institutions to be the people that are telling us that we can do this, and B, we need to take this into our own hands and really show the incredibly capable, professional, intelligent students who we work with, and people that we know who are aware of this issue, that they cannot wait for someone to tell them that they're up to the challenge. They need to know they are, and they need to act on that now. And so that's really what we're about with SJFF. So what are a couple things that I think that we can do in order to strengthen and kind of renew this movement? I think that, first of all, one thing that a number of speakers have talked about, which I agree with immensely, is the whole idea of coalition building. Right now, as many of us know, we are a relative minority, in terms of environmentalism and climate activism. And it's time that we really come together and commit to long-term goals that are consistent and are ones that we can encourage our peers and other organizations to coalesce around. And also to create tactics around that directly influence these longer term goals. Because without a sense of strategy and direction, we're not going to spend our time doing what really matters and doing things that push us forward together. I think that it is crucial that the people in this room realize that in the coming months and weeks, we have a real responsibility to come together and discuss this. And I would point out that students have already gotten to work on this with writing a declaration that we've been working on throughout this conference that I think we'd like to share with everyone that really explains where we're at with this and where we'd like to go in the future. So on that note, let's get to work, let's use our collective power, and let's keep working. And thank you for your time.